Hi, my name's Chad Mangan. I'm a territory manager with Maizex Seeds in Eastern Ontario. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about uneven corn emergence. What I like to do this time of year is to get out into the field and measure some corn stalk diameters to see how our planter did. From afar, these two plants look very similar, but under close observation, this particular plant is actually about 3/4 the diameter of this plant. It's actually about a leaf or two behind. So what's going to happen is this more advanced plant is actually, it has a lot better root system, which you could see down on the ground. It's going to take nutrients and moisture from this plant because it's shading it throughout the year, which is going to cause this plant to be a lot shorter, have a smaller cob, and result in less yield throughout the field. So what we would want to do in this case is to dig up some plants and check our planting depth. I dug a couple plants up earlier. As you can see, big difference here. What you would want to do, dig it up. I dunked it in some water, but you want to get rid of the dirt on the roots, find the seed, measure down the mesocotyl to the crown, and then add 3/4 of an inch. That's your planting depth. This particular plant was measured at 1 1/4 inches. This was 2 1/4 inches. Obviously, a large difference in the root system that's been developed with a deeper plant. We always recommend a minimum of 2-inch planting depth or planting into moisture, no matter when we're planting or what conditions are like in the spring. Put that down. So shallow planting depth, there could be some reasons why the plant got put in the ground a little shallower. The disc openers may not have been set up properly, or maybe were worn out. There could have been some improper tension on the packing wheel, or maybe the field was just bumpy or stony, which caused the planter unit to lift and dropping the seed into a shallower depth. This spring we did see a lot of seed that got planted into very cool, wet soils, which did delay germination. And again, we do want to see every plant in the field come up between 24 to 48 hours of its neighbor to maximize the yield. So this spring with the wet soils, what happens is we usually see poor seed to soil contact. One reason for that is the coulters typically don't cut the residue as well, so we get more hairpinning of the residue down in the seed trench. The seed trench itself could smear and we could have sidewall compaction, which will limit root growth. A dry spring like this will just exacerbate the problem because we don't get those rains to fix the problem, and the slot may not close properly. If we do know that we're going to be planting into not so ideal conditions, we can put a spading closing wheel with the rubber closing wheel as opposed to just 2 solid rubber wheels. The spading wheel will actually help to break up some of the clumps or clods that might have been formed during the ground getting worked wet. A good time of year to get out, assess your plant stand, see what we did well, what we could maybe do better. It's never too early to start planning for 2017. This has been Maizex Moving. I'm Chad Mangan. Thanks for your time.